Hey, what do you say, guys? Pretty amazing day here on the lake. We're just hanging out. We got here, when did we get here? We got here last night. We had, uh, we had Ira's aunt and her and our buddy, Rita, come up. We just spent a great time out there in the water. I don't know if you could see it. That's like literally over there. I'm not kidding. That is 800 miles of shoreline. Like literally, if you were to take my boat, which is down there, and get on that lake and hug the shore, it would take you more than a day. It would take you more than a day to get around. That's how big that lake is. But this kind of just reminds me overall. Like, I remember when I got started in real estate 20 some years ago. One of the biggest things I wanted to do is I wanted to quit. I mean, literally, when I got started, I immediately went into the quitting mode, and I had a lot of reasons to quit in real estate. But I'll tell you what, just a bunch of gratitude. I am so fortunate that 20 some years ago, when I literally wanted to quit, when I literally wanted to get out, I didn't. Okay, I didn't. And here it is 20 years later, totally in charge of our lifestyle. And I literally, that first year, I quit about 100 times. I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. I didn't think it was worth it. I could have never imagined 20 some years ago that one day we could have something like this. Be on the lake, have a boat, have our friends come up and visit. And all this to say, okay, all this to say, if you're on your pathway to success, right? Yeah, you better believe it. Hard work pays off, But if you're battling, if you are doing something that you truly believe in, you got to stay the course, and you got to stay the course even when you don't see it and you don't believe it, right? Like, I didn't believe 20 some years ago that something like this was possible, right? I didn't believe 20 some years ago that I could live on a water, that I could have a boat, that I could have, we just had lunch here. Check out this indoor place we got here, right? We got the fan going up there. We got this right here. Imagine eating right here, right in the water, controlled temperature. It's just freaking amazing. There's no restaurants that have this kind of an atmosphere, all right? And guys, I'm telling you, as long as you're on your pathway to success, right? As long as what you're doing has a big upside, even if you don't see it, even if you don't believe it, even if you're doubting, like I doubted everything. 20 some years ago, I was doubting everything, right? I was doubting my ability to do this. I was doubting, was I worthy? I was doubting, is it possible? But the one thing I never doubted is I always knew real estate. I always knew real estate was possible, right? I always knew real estate, it was possible to do through real estate. So I believed in the industry back then more than I believe in myself, right? Like the industry kept me going, right? Because real estate has so much success. So here's my point right now. Some of you guys are ready to quit. Some of you guys are ready to give up, right? Some of you are this close, right? Some of you are this close to throwing in the towel. So here's the question you got to ask yourself. Forget how close you are. Forget about how you feel. Is what you're doing have a huge upside? Is it possible? Now, granted, some people are doing things that not only they want to quit, but the bottom line is when you really analyze the upside, you're like, really, there is no upside. So you got to make sure there's an upside in whatever you're doing. But if there's an upside in what you're doing, if it's possible, if there is success to be had, my message for you today is don't quit. Don't give up. All right? Don't quit. Don't give up. If the pathway you're taking is a proven pathway, if people have gone before you in whatever that is, in that industry, in that field. By the way, if you have a question, just type it in. Type in if you got a question. I'm going to disconnect comments. If you got a question, just type it in the bottom corner where it says question mark. But you have to work very hard many times up front with zero results, zero to show for it, through negativity, through total doubt, through total like, I don't even know if this will ever happen. That's okay. Totally fine. We all have to do certain things on faith, right? And the road to success is one that starts with faith, continues with faith, and even to this day, I could tell you my road to success is filled with faith, okay? Even my road to this day of success is still based upon faith. Faith to a higher degree, faith to higher income, faith to a higher lifestyle. That never changes, okay? That never changes. All right, how do you prevent burnout? Okay, how do you prevent burnout? I think burnout comes from habits. Okay, I think burnout comes from habits. And I think it's not like you have burnout all of a sudden here, right? I bet you if you have burnout syndrome going on right now, I bet you've had burnout syndrome going on in other things, right? So in the end, burnout is nothing more than a habit. It really is. And just like there's bad habits, you got to take a bad habit and create it into a good habit. And so burnout is just quitting. And I bet burnout, quitting, it's not the first time you've probably been through it. So learn to stick things out. And I always tell people, like habits, the best way to learn a habit, do it in a small microcosm level, right? Start something today and don't quit. And I'm not saying like your road to success. Start something silly. Like start today, commit to washing dishes every day. All right? Commit to washing dishes every day and don't quit. Today, commit to exercising every day and don't quit. Today, commit to just doing something and don't quit. And then you'll slowly teach your body not to quit. And then when you teach your body at a smaller levels not to quit, your body will respond at higher levels. What's up, Patrick? Houston to Dallas, which has more upside for real estate? It's not, I'm telling you, real estate is not a market-driven business, guys. Real estate is knowledge-driven business, lead-driven business, money-driven business, and execution-driven business, right? That's what it is. That's what real estate's all about. Look, I'm doing deals across the nation. And I could tell you, my best deals, Pat, aren't market-driven. They're partner-driven. Wherever I have the best partners, most coachable partners, wherever I have partners that listen the most, wherever I have partners that hustle the most, that's where I make the most money. So I'm a huge believer. If there was that one perfect market, especially Houston and Dallas, they're so close to each other, no. By the way, guys, remember, I partner with people. So if you want to partner with someone on real estate, that's what I do, right? I'll partner with you. I'll coach you. I'll generate leads for you. I need you to be coachable. I'll give you unlimited money to close on deals, and then we sell them, we split the profits. DM me the word partner, okay? DM me the word partner. But Patrick, it's not a Houston or Dallas question. It's, coachability question. It's understanding. It's execution. It's lead gen. That's what it comes down to. And then those markets, they're totally the same. But I like it. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Future real estate. All right, what's the future real estate? I don't know, but I know it ain't going away, right? And here's the other thing. There are some industries that literally aren't predictable because they could disappear, right? Think about all the industries like the vinyl industry, the VHS industry. There's a lot of industries like Barnes and bookstores. They went out of business, right? Like, there's some industries that potentially could be replaced. One good thing about real estate, it ain't going away, right? Real estate ain't going nowhere, okay? So one thing we know, it's going to be around, right? The other thing we know, it's going to be fluctuating. We always know real estate fluctuates. So we know it's going to be around. We know it's going to fluctuate, which means you have to be able to ride the ups of it and the downs of it, right? You got to be able to adjust. But I'll tell you something else. It's not just real estate related. The ability to adjust in life is one of the pillars to success, right? You have to learn constantly because everything is always changing. Everything is always evolving. So you absolutely have to know how to adjust okay? You have to know how to adjust, okay? You got to know how to adjust for market fluctuations. You got to know how to adjust for a lot of things, okay? So adjustment is a key, okay? One of the key factors to becoming successful. By the way, I talk about it. One of my favorite books is Who Moved My Cheese? And the reason I always recommend Who Moved My Cheese is that it tells you that the opportunities, like even in real estate, it's a shifting market and you got to be able to shift with it, But constantly in our lives, we have to be able to evolve and re-evolve because even in real estate, like things I did 3 years ago, they don't even work anymore. There's some things that I did like a year or two ago that aren't even working anymore, right? So you have to learn how to adjust constantly, including in real estate and overall in life. What's the first step as a student to hopefully be in real estate? Well, that depends. And I don't want to harp on this constantly, but if you happen to be in the States, if you're coachable, I'll take you under my wings and I'll partner with you and I'll do deals with you. I truly believe that what I do with people, it helps me, right? Because I want to do more deals. I've done thousands and thousands of deals, and 100% of all my deals are with partners, right? So when I take a new partner on, I want to help them. And sometimes people say, well, how do I know you're going to help me? Because I'm helping you, I'm helping me, okay? By the way, if you ever, people always say, well, how do I know I'm in the right position with somebody? How do I know I'm aligning myself correctly? Always be in a position with someone where it's a win-win. If only you're winning, it's going to be a short-term relationship. If only the person you're involved with is winning, it's also going to be a short-term relationship. So learn to get into relationships, right? Learn to get into relationships where it's a win-win model, okay? You got to be in a position where it's a win-win model, okay? All right, how to start with zero. Guys, we all started with zero, okay? We either start with zero knowledge, we start with zero credentials, we start with zero money, we start with zero. At a point in time, I don't care who you are or where you are, we all start at zero, okay? And so how do you start with zero? You answer your own question, you start. Do something, okay? Do something that's going to propel you forward. I don't care what it is. Sometimes people think, well, Pete must be only talking about propelling forward financially. I'm not. In anything, learn to win. Learn to put your body in a position where it learns to win. Okay, that's how I learned to win in 3 lanes of life, right? Health, wealth, and happiness. Health, wealth, and happiness. All right, so position your body to win every day. Go for a walk, go jog, go run, go to the gym. So you start winning on the health side, okay? On the happiness side, put yourself around people that make you happy, right? Get around your kids, get around your husbands, get around your wives, get around, friends, okay? So the happiness trigger starts going off. And you're winning there, right? And then obviously you want to win on the financial side. How do you win on the financial side? You figure out what is the thing that's going to get you the results you want, right? So many people on the financial side don't understand. They get upset at their financial situation, and then you ask them, well, why are you so upset? Look at what you're doing, right? Even if you have to do what you're doing, but if it doesn't get you the results you want, find something else. Get a side hustle going, right? Okay, get a side hustle going, and then when you get a side hustle going, right? Then that side hustle, okay. So hopefully that side hustle will one day overtake your main hustle. But health, wealth, and happiness. Learn to win in all 3 lanes. If you're winning in all 3 lanes, I'm telling you, you're going to teach your body to win. I want to win daily, even on small tasks. Because by winning daily at small tasks, I teach my body how to be a winner. And then I ultimately teach my body how to be a winner at higher levels. What are some smart assets to invest in? That's a great question. I think it depends on you. I always say invest in something you understand. And if you don't understand that, you better align yourself with somebody that does, right? So for me, obviously my investments are in real estate. Why? Because I've done it for 2 decades. I understand that. I've done thousands of deals, okay? So I invest the majority of my time, money, and effort into something I understand, right? Basically, I invest right back into myself. But I do have some side hustles like crypto and Amazon, but I don't do them myself. I found absolutely world experts in it. One of them on the crypto side happens to be a buddy of mine, Ben. I've known Ben for 15 years. So I wanted to put some money into crypto. Guess what? I didn't do it myself. I sat down with Ben and he designed a plan for me, and we're following that plan. It's working great. I put some money into e-commerce, Amazon stores. How did I do that? I found that one of the top teams in the U.S. that builds these Amazon stores out, and I invested through them, right? So invest into things you understand, okay? Right, and things you don't understand, okay? Things you don't understand, align yourself with people that do, okay? That's how I believe the investment should be done. Once you reach the goal you once set, do you fix your next goal then? Yeah. I mean, I don't just like wait to achieve a goal to set another goal. You know, I may be 3 goals ahead of time. I may be 3 timelines ahead of time. But you're absolutely right. The goal that I'm really shooting for is the very next one, right? I don't believe in just shooting for a 10-year goal. It's very difficult. That's too conceptual. So I shoot for my, and I'll tell you something else. I do a lot of times things in 10-day increments, right? I don't do things in 10-year increments. That's too conceptual. But when I do things in 10-day increments and stay on track with 10-day increments, it's a lot easier. See, this is what I've learned. If I take care of the present, the future will take care of itself. Too many people focus on the future and don't take care of the present, right? I learned to take care of the present, win at the present level, okay? If I learn to win at the present level, then the future starts working out. You know, future, I have a direction I'm going into. But at the present level, I'm winning constantly, okay? At the present level, I'm constantly winning, and that's how you really, get to these next levels. What made you want to help people with your own money? Well, it's a win-win model, okay? It's a win-win model, Shannon. You know, it's not just me helping someone. See, if it was just that, if it was just me saying, oh, I just want to help you because I'm just such a good guy, I'd be worried of that guy, honestly. And I'm not saying there aren't those guys. But in reality, in business, if somebody just says, oh, I just want to help you, that is not somebody I want to get involved with. I only want to get helped by somebody. If they help me, I help them. Okay? So what makes me help people with my own money? Because when I invest into my partners through education, through lead gen, through funding their deals, I'm helping myself because I'm keeping half the profit, right? So that's why I invest into people. Because when I help them, in essence, Shanna, who am I helping? I'm helping myself, right? And by the way, those are the type of relationships you need to be looking for, okay? Those are the kind of relationships you're looking for, where it's a win-win, okay? Where it's a win-win. All right, do you partner with real estate in India? No, and the reason I don't is I don't understand that market. Remember, I'm a believer that you invest into things you understand. I don't understand the Indian market, right? Now, I have some partners that live overseas, right? But they have to have boots on the ground, somebody that can do some running around for them here in the United States, right? By the way, if you want to partner with me on deals, I do deals all 50 states. I've done thousands of them. 100% of them are with partners, okay? My commitment to my partner is very simple. You get daily coaching, you get daily lead gen, you get unlimited capital to close on deals, and then you get half the profit, right? If you're interested in that, DM me the word partner. But remember, I only invest, right? You hear me talk about it all the time. I only invest in things I understand, okay? I only invest in things I understand. And I don't understand the Indian market, okay? And since I don't understand the Indian market, I don't invest there. Let's see. Let's see, what do we got here? All right, right now we're in the era of digital. I agree. We're in an era of digital. What real estate still be a better choice rather than stock? So is real estate a better choice than stock? For me, yes. I'm not saying it's the best choice for everybody, but I understand real estate. I don't understand the stock market, right? So for me, it's real estate because I understand it. I've proven myself over and over. See, the problem with a lot of people is they try a lot of things based upon what they hear. Somebody tells them something. Somebody who has no credibility with them. And then next thing you know, they got all these, there's 2 ways to grow. There's what's called horizontal growth and there's called vertical growth. Horizontal is when you have a bunch of things spinning and nothing works, right? By the way, I found some of the most brokest people in the world do horizontal growth. They try everything, right? And they don't have anything working and nothing, goes to plan, but they are constantly trying different things. Vertical growth says I'm going to figure out one thing and I'm going to vertically scale it until I get to be very successful. And that is the direction that I always teach people. Stay vertical. Don't go horizontal. Only go horizontal once you've achieved a good vertical. Okay, and by the way, if you achieve a good vertical, you won't need to go horizontal, because within every vertical, there's different ways of doing things. Like even my vertical real estate, I'm constantly reinventing myself. What's your opinion about real estate? Well, what do you think? I've done thousands of real estate deals, right? And I still do more deals than I ever have with my partners. So, by the way, if you want to partner with me, do some deals, just DM me the word partner. Okay, DM me the word partner, and then and I will I'll tell you, we could do some deals possibly together, partner them up. However, sold real estate, no, I'm an investor. Okay, I'm an investor. I'm not a realtor. Okay, so that's what I stay focused in on. I'm 20. I'm eager to be successful in life. What would you help? Would you help me with that? Let me tell you, you're 20, you're younger. Learn how to ask the right questions. If you're going around people asking people, help me, help me, help me, that's a pillar of a failure. Okay, don't walk around with your hand held out. Okay, people that walk around with their hand held out are never attracted to people that are more successful than them. Okay, success does not get, successful people aren't attracted for people looking for handouts. You know why? Because we didn't get to be successful by getting handouts. Always put yourself in a position where it's win-win. You got to be able to offer something back to the person you're asking for help with. But you're smart, you're looking to align yourself, but don't align yourself by holding your hand out. Okay, don't align yourself like that. Align yourself by always be able to give something back to someone. Okay, that's how you want to align yourself. Okay, did I ever sold a house? Well, my investment properties, I don't sell them myself. I have realtors sell them. For our partners, we always get a local realtor, whatever area we're in, to sell them, because that's the best way to get rid of real estate, through real estate agents. Which books, videos can you advise with your life to be successful? Well, I just talked about it a little bit ago. I think the best book I've ever read is called Who Moved My Cheese, all right? Who Moved My Cheese. And it's just basically, the book there is very simple. It's a book that tells you that in life, all of our lives, opportunities are always going to be changing, right? And we have to learn to make those changes. Like even me in real estate business, I am constantly reinventing myself. I am constantly evolving, right? And that's what Who Moved My Cheese says. You can get lulled by two things. One, you can get lulled by being a failure and just ultimately accept that you're going to be a failure the rest of your life. But you could also get lulled by success. And I've seen a lot of people get lulled by success, and next thing you know, things start changing, and they're just so successful they don't see that they need to change. So the ability to constantly evolve and re-involve yourself is very important. But that's a good question. Okay, good question. All right, what's your take on buying real estate stocks? Oh, interesting, like maybe through a REIT. I do not believe in buying any kind of stock. I believe in buying real estate, the asset itself. That's my strength. So I would say, buying real estate stock is really the question for the stock expert. And I'm not a stock expert. Again, I know what I'm very good at. Okay, I know what I'm very good at, and that's what I stay in. So I'm not a stock guy, I'm a real estate guy. How many countries do you deal in real estate? United States, right? If you want to partner with me, you live outside the U.S., you better make sure you have some boots on the ground that can do some running around for you in the States. But again, why do I only stay in the United States? People always say, well, why can't you do it where I live? Because I don't understand where you live, okay? Because I don't understand where you live. I only do things that I understand. Okay, and when I do things that I understand, that's how I put myself in a position to win. I see tons of people losing. Why? Because they do things they don't understand. It's very hard to do that. When you have a purpose to win, you will somehow win. Hard work and when you have a purpose drives you. I agree. I totally agree with that statement. When you got a purpose, I always say it's not just a purpose, it's a reason. When you have a reason of why you're doing something, when you have a reason that really matters to you, when you have a reason to keep going, bigger than your reason to quit, that's when you're going to be successful. See, your reason to quit, to keep moving forward, has to be bigger than your reason to quit, because no one ever got to be successful without wanting to quit. I wanted to quit the real estate business 100 times in the first year. I made mistakes. I lost money. I lost credibility, right? I lost everything, okay? But once I've learned that my reason to continue had to be bigger than the reason to quit, that's when things really started hitting on all cylinders, right? What do? Boy, if you're listening to me and you don't know what I do, no, I know this question came in a while back. I buy real estate. I do it with partners. I coach my partners. I generate leads for them. I give them capital to do it. If you live in the United States, if you live in the United States, if you're coachable, I'll generate leads for you. I'll mentor you personally, and my team will. I'll give you capital to do the deals, and then we sell them. You keep half the profit. Okay, that's what I do. That's my business model. DM me the word partner if you want to talk some more about it. Okay. Is real estate too expensive for young people? I don't know. I don't think so. It's not too expensive for anyone if you know what you're doing. All right. All right. The only things that are expensive are the things you can't afford. Right. So for you, if you're flat out broke and you want to do it yourself and you don't have the money to do it, it's too expensive. Right. Remember, expensive is just something, it's a personal thing, right? Expensive is not a general thing. Expensive is a personal thing. So if you can't afford something, if it's not in your wheelhouse, then the real estate may be too expensive for you. But a Starbucks coffee may be too expensive for you, right? Or maybe a Lamborghini is too expensive for you, okay? So expensive is just whatever. Expensive is it's a personal thing. Okay, it's a personal thing strictly. It's not a general thing. What things to keep in mind for real estate? There's a lot of things to keep in mind. I always tell people in real estate, there are pillars, and if you don't understand there are certain pillars that if you don't have them figured out, real estate's not going to work. Pillar one, you got to know what you're doing, right? You got to know what you're doing. Real estate is one of those businesses you don't want to learn as you go. Like you can learn swimming as you go, right? You get in a little bit shallow water, a little bit deeper, and then you ultimately learn how to swim. Real estate is not like that. There is no shallow in real estate. Real estate's like over the cliff. So one pillar of success in real estate is you got to know what you're doing. Pillar number two, it doesn't matter how smart you are. Ultimately, you got to learn how to find deals, right? You got to learn how to market. Next pillar is you have to have some technology. In today's marketplace, I could tell you all successful investors like myself, we all use technology. Next pillar, you have to have access to capital, either yourself or your own capital, somebody else's capital. If you don't have access to capital, you're dead in the water. And you got to know how to execute the stuff. You need to have back office and things like that. So those are the things you want to keep in mind if you want to get in the real estate business by yourself. Or you could just partner with me because I got all those things, right? All right, let's see. Anything else? We got a ton of questions. But I tell you what, you know what it's time for me? It's time for me to go back to that lake. I got my wife in there, a couple people in there waiting on me. We're going to go jump back in the water, going to take the boat out, go swim. But guys, I just want you to know I just really appreciate it. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys following me. Hopefully I'm adding value to what it is you guys are as individuals. If it's in real estate, I could really add value, but hopefully, at least from a motivational perspective, I'm adding value. I've been around the block. I've been beat up bad. I've had some of the lowest points in my life because of businesses, but I've also been at some of the highest places. And so whatever I could do to help, whatever I could do to encourage, I'm there. Remember, guys, I want to do more deals, and this is really the reason I am on social media. The biggest reason is I'm looking for more partners to do deals with. That's my model. So if you want to do some real estate deals, I'll coach you. I'll generate leads for you. I'll spend money on you, and I'll even give you money to close on these deals. And then when we sell them, you keep half, I keep half. The requirements is be in the United States, be coachable, be wanting to level up, and let's go. And if that's you, just DM me the word partner. Other than that, if you like the channel, if you like what I'm doing, share it with some other people. We're growing. We started January 1st, and we got a lot of followers, and my plan's not going anywhere. I want to give. All right, guys, thanks. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. See ya.